Good morning, my peoples. Happy Friday morning to everyone. Good to see you in the house. It is October 20th. If it looks like I have an amber glow this morning about me.
It does.
We have the lights in our dining room where we do the recording are Halloween themed. And so I have a bit of an amber glow this morning. Maybe that'll help. Well, good morning, everyone. Good to see you. Good to see you, my sister. You look nice and cheery, all in your place with the sunshiny faces. And this is the way we start a new day.
Hey.
All right, we are once again in our Fully Awake 365 devotional. And this might bring you some joy this morning. Look, this is one of my favorite little hoodies that I wear, but it had a little leather thing on the zipper and it fell off. And so it was just like this tiny, I couldn't get the zipper. So I put a thing on it, LaDonna, look.
You know what it is? You know, you call those things?
What is it?
A carabiner.
I have a carabiner. Look, I'm a carabiner. I'm a carabiner.
Okay, I'm not gonna mention this person's name, but you're gonna know who I'm talking about. A certain person from our past used to have a big one that he carried a bunch of keys on.
And you could hear the keys jingling. And he also was a professional speed walker. Do you remember this? He was a speed walker. All right. Sorry for that. Yeah.
So for the record, to all the lovely ladies who are on here, I will go to Michael's DE and buy you an appropriate.
I knew she was going to be upset that this is something.
At first, when I saw it, I thought it was just like a rubber band or something.
Go to Michael's. Brandy has her own arts and crafts tackle box. It has pliers and things in it. She could fix it.
You know what she's gonna do to your jacket? She's gonna zhuzh it.
Zhuzh it.
Okay.
You gotta zhuzh it, Brandy. Zhuzh the jacket.
So, okay, I'm coming over to say hey to everybody. DE does these things to literally drive me insane. Like when he uses the Halloween plastic cup on Wednesday nights.
Zhuzh it.
I just want everybody to know who loves their pastor that I will go buy him. No, you want this?
All I need is my thermos.
That's right. He got that from Daddy. Daddy's the king of the jig it up.
Zhuzh it. Zhuzh the buffet table. All
Bring
right.
it.
Sorry, people. We've wasted 4 minutes of your life talking about my sweatshirt. Today is October the 20th. We are in Fully Awake 365. It is the month of no fear. We're going to talk this morning about focusing on the good. It's a wonderful devotion. And this song brings me so much joy. It's the theme song of a show that for some reason I was probably in elementary school, but it was still in black. It was in black and white. There was color, but I think maybe it was in syndication when I was watching it. And so it was in black and white. I prefer this show to another show that's very similar to it. We'll talk about it in a minute. See if you recognize this song this morning. All right, before Brandy comes in, I think something happened because I saw a lot of people answering this. And I think what our computers do is they spell correct. And so I think a lot of you did actually type in the right thing, but your autocorrect, spell correct, made it something that it wasn't. All right, Brandy, talk to us.
Yeah, actually, that happened to almost everybody.
Mhm.
I know what you mean. I know what you meant to say. So Dr. Sharonda, I believe that's Fred. It's either Fred or Bobby. Oh, no, it's Fred. So Fred, Naomi, Bobby, Dr. Sharonda corrected the spelling. But over on YouTube, they didn't auto-correct. Billy, Laverne, Margie, the Munsters.
That was the Munsters. LaDonna, I preferred the Munsters over the Addams Family.
That's because the Addams Family was darker.
There's a little
Darker humor.
I like the Addams Family, but I have to admit, both the wife on the Munsters, I thought she was pretty, and I thought the Addams Family wife was pretty, and I had a little crush on both of them. And I felt some sort of way like, why do I have a crush on these evil these people? They're monsters. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for playing this morning. I did like Herman Munster. I like the Munster Mobile. I liked all the characters in it. It was
Eddie and his widow's peak.
the Widow's Peak, the little Widow's Peak. All right, we are going to talk about focusing on the good. Thanks for joining us this morning, my sister.
Yes, our affirmation is today, I will do justice, love kindness, and walk humbly before my God. Micah 6:8.
Micah 6:8. That's the verse that I named my son after, and the first sermon that my dad ever preached. And so that's a meaningful verse to us. So the theme of today is that we consider the idea that people do the best they can with the information that they have. Not always. Sometimes people do know better and don't do better. But for the most part, people kind of do what they know, whether that's conditioning from their culture, family, from their religion, from the area that they were raised in, sometimes from friends help to condition us to think certain ways. A lot of the lower vibrations that we see in people is not necessarily original to them. It's something that they learned. And so if you can learn the wrong vibration, guess what? You can learn the right vibration. How do we do that? How do we get people to do better? I don't think it's by necessarily confronting them, condemning them for their bad behavior, making people feel guilty or shameful for what they do. And so there's a story shared in today's devotion that's really beautiful because I think most of us can wrap our minds around the idea that most people don't do right because they haven't been affirmed right. They haven't been loved right. They haven't been nurtured, or they don't really know who they are. And so just condemning them further is just kind of really making it worse. It's just pushing the behavior further inside of them. And so how do we get people to do better? We have to wake them up to the fact that they are better. They are better than how they're behaving. I do like that statement. I don't think it's condemning. I said this to someone years ago who was behaving poorly in a grocery store and really being really harsh with one of the workers there who had some challenges. And I just said to this woman, very respectfully, I said, ma'am, you're better than this. I know that you're better than this. This is not who you are. And I didn't yell at her. I didn't, I didn't snap in her face. I just said, no, you're a better human being than this. I know this. And so that's maybe a good way of affirming someone and also giving them a little proverbial slap. So all right, so this is a story from a village in Africa where when a child does something harmful or misbehaves, instead of a harsh correction, they sit the child in a circle. The village leaders and elders sit in a circle. They put the child in the middle, and everyone in the village begins to say kind things about this person, things they remember. Begins to affirm the person, begins to call out their higher good. Usually, the child breaks down emotionally, apologizes, says that they're going to make some sense of restitution for what they have done. And in this way, the behavior is not pushed further down into the subconscious of the child, but their true self is called up higher. It's called higher than this behavior that maybe needs attention or feels slighted in some ways. And I think it's a beautiful way. Look down, I think we talked through the whole thing. Look at the very last sentence at the bottom. It says, they simply remind the person of the good inside them and of the God inside of them and help them to focus on that. What a beautiful story. All right, back to you, my sister.
All right, our prayer this morning is God of divine justice. Help me to understand true justice is more about mercy and less about punishment. Let my goal always be to remind others of the good and of the God inside them, for this will change their behavior quicker than anything else.
Amen, somebody. An eye for an eye, as Gandhi would remind us, makes the whole world blind. And so a tooth for a tooth, LaDonna, makes the whole world look like our cousins in South Georgia. Yeah, give me that good tooth. We love you guys. Have a great day. It's a little bit rainy, or was rainy early this morning. And so wrap up, enjoy the rain, let it wash you clean of all of your lower vibrations. Know that you are affirmed, you are loved. We will see you guys on Sunday, Sunday, Sunday morning, both in person and virtually. Go in peace.